we get to move on to what we've been looking for silently in the background for the last few weeks, and that is the 2025 NFL Draft.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to tell you, bro, I had no clue what the hell the Cowboys were going to do at 12. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
There was a lot of speculation behind what the fuck the Cowboys were going to do
we
at 12.
heard Ted McMillan, Carolina picked him up.
Mm-hmm.
We heard Matthew Golden. We let him go to Green Bay way later in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
We heard Ashton Genty. The Raiders picked him up.
Yep.
So at some point, you're starting to kind of wonder, like, what
What are we doing?
Are we about to trade out? Then I'm watching it on the 105.3 The Fan, the Odyssey page, and I'm watching them. They have cameras in the war room of the Star in Frisco, and they're showing Steven on the phone instead of Will McClay. Like if the Cowboys are making a pick, Will McClay's on the phone. And Will McClay's not on the phone. Steven's on the phone. So that's like, okay, what's going on?
Like what the hell's going on right now?
They're looking to make a trade back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, who the hell is calling? And what? I guess we just said to hell with it, right? So then Steven hangs up. Everybody's kind of going back and forth. Everybody's kind of chit-chatting. Steven picks up the phone again. He makes another call. They're chit-chatting a little bit. He hangs up the phone again. And then you can see that it looks like the Cowboys finally said, okay, we know what we're going to do. So the Cowboys pick up the phone and they call our first round draft pick. And the funny thing about it was...
What was funny about it, bro?
It's another Tyler.
It is. Oh, we got a thing for Tylers apparently here in Dallas.
And so I'm like, give me anything on this guy. And what we're looking at, let me get his name just to.
It's Tyler Booker.
Tyler Booker.
Guard out of Alabama coming to Dallas.
Alabama doesn't have the greatest track record of phenomenal offensive linemen. Defensive linemen, linebackers, yes. Offensive linemen, not so much, but whatever. But I'm like, okay, let's hear what the analysis is. At this point, I'm not watching the ESPN broadcast or anything like that. I'm listening to Brian Broaddus, Bobby Belt, Voch Lombardi. I'm listening to those guys give their analysis. Zach Wolchuk's jumping in on that. I'm listening to that analysis. And I'm like, okay, what are these guys saying? The guys that are looking at the Cowboys' potential draft picks. And he was top 15. He was in their top 15 of potential first round picks that the Cowboys had. So I'm like, cool beans. We're getting them at 12.
Okay.
So it's still good value. And what they said was, this guy is a people mover.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is a dog. And I'm like, that's what I want. I want dogs. I want guys that are gonna get in that ass and they're gonna have a different mindset than what we've had recently here in Dallas.
I think that's one of the things that I heard too from the commentators also on the side was that this kid literally did not let his quarterback get sacked one time during his last season there in Alabama. Not one time. To accomplish a feat like that, again, Alabama's not known for great offensive linemen. They're known for defensive linemen, linebackers, defense basically. Never really heard anybody stand out as far as the offensive line goes from Alabama. But then now you have this kid that has basically all the right things that we need and filling a need that we definitely need here in Dallas. So I was not disappointed not one bit with that pick. I think that it was a very smart move. Again, I think somebody put it. One of the talking heads put it bluntly: when the Cowboys are picking boring, the Cowboys are normally good. When they're not picking big names or big flashy things, it's that following season normally means that we're going to have a good season because we picked up some good potential players. And so I actually love the pick, the first round pick. I was like, you know what? This is something we definitely needed, especially after losing Zach Martin
Yep.
and filling a need that we definitely have here in Dallas. So kudos to them. I actually think they made a badass pick for our number one right now.
Yeah, absolutely, man. With Zach Martin retiring, you kind of have a very big hole
Yeah.
there in the offensive line, and he will immediately jump Brock Hoffman for that starting role, I guess, until otherwise. I mean, if Brock Hoffman shows more potential than he does in training camp, maybe we'll see if they compete. But right now, he is penciled in at the one slot, and Micah was not too high on him when they drafted him, and then Micah and his co-host, they're actually doing like an interview with him and just kind of asking him, about his mentality and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
when he told Micah, I what I like is when I'm on somebody, snap after snap, series after series, and he's like, and I just physically can see their love for football leave their eyes. He's like, that's what I that's what I live for. And Mike is like, I'm he's like, I'm so hyped, and he's like, hell
Yeah.
yeah. But bro, that's the mentality you gotta have.
Yeah.
And it
You
could be
have to
all
have that.
bark, but I feel like he's gonna have to back that up. Like
Yeah.
he's gonna have to show you, I'm a mauler, I'm a
I mean, he's
bruiser.
right as of right now, the way that he's talking and everything else, you picture that already, right? Like you're talking a good talk. Now we need to see action behind that. So again, I know it's a little early right now still, we still got uh training to go through, preseason training and all that stuff and getting ready for the season. So super excited to see what this kid is going to do. Hopefully he backs up everything that he talked about during the draft and during that interview as well. Because yeah, like Micah, I mean, once I heard him talk about, moving people and seeing their love of football leave their eyes, it's like the way that you word that is like, okay, you're coming to fucking play. And if that's the case, then hey, I'm all about that. Bring that shit. Let's see that put into action now at this point. So definitely gonna be keeping a close eye on that kid just to see how well he does perform, and hopefully he does well in the league.
Yeah, I think what this pick identified for you, if you're a Cowboys fan and you're wondering what does this pick mean for the Cowboys, it means this. Brian Schottenheimer told you he wants to run the football, and
Yeah.
this solidifies that philosophy for 2025. We're running the rock first. We want to be a run dominant team. That's when we had our most success with Dak and Zeke, was
Mhm.
when Zeke was running the rock and Dak could work off of that. Once we just got Dak reliant and it was 50, 60 passes a game, it was like, no, that's not that's not a recipe for success for the
Yeah.
Cowboys. So I do feel like this is definitely letting you know, hey, this is how the Cowboys are looking to move, and I think that's a good sign for anybody that's like, hey, we want to be more physical. Hey, we want to be more uh, ball dominant. That's what you're getting here. So
Yeah.
shout out to the Cowboys for that. Now tonight in the second round, we got Donovan Ezeiruaku, which is a defensive end out of Boston College. And if I tore that up, my sincerest apologies because
I was struggling to say his last name too, so I think you got closer than I did the first time.
yeah,
So, yeah. Donovan Ezeiruaku, edge out of Boston College, somebody else that's apparently, from what I've seen and what I've heard, a force to be reckoned with when it comes to rushing the passer. Not too great. Still needs a lot of training when it comes to stopping the run, but when it comes to edge rushing and getting to the quarterback, he's going to be another key essential player that can play opposite of Micah to give us that edge when we need it. So also excited about that pick. Something that we definitely needed, especially after losing. I think we lost Tank as
Tank's gone.
well.
Yep.
Tank's gone. So I mean, something that we need. We need to pick somebody up to be able to fill those roles, and it shows that Dallas is making the right moves in order for them to fill those needs. Um, so that's another very exciting player that I'm eager to see how he does in the league and how he adjusts to our defense for sure.
Yeah. So, um, this guy, I'm looking at it here on Athlon Sports. It says the Cowboys bet on character and violence with
Hmm.
Donovan Ezeiruaku. There is a certain mindset that this Cowboys team is going to have moving forward. I think Mike McCarthy's era, his time here, I'm not going to crap on it because he went 3 straight 12-5 seasons.
Yeah.
That's nothing to scoff at.
No.
But what I do think is being brought here is an identity of mental toughness, an identity of physicality, an identity of uh, like it says, violence. We want guys that are dogs. We want guys that are going to be rough and rowdy.
Yeah.
We want that, and I don't mind that. I think that's what we've been needing. That's what we've been missing. We've been so
Exactly. Yeah.
um. So I'm excited with that, and like you said, hopefully he is a Tank Lawrence replacement down the road. I
Hmm.
don't know if he'll get the immediate start uh, right away. But if he can show that he's able to compete, nothing wrong with that.
No,
Nothing
at
wrong with
all.
that at all.
Mm-mm.
That's something to look forward to. And then in the third round, the Cowboys pick up a defensive back by the name of Shavon Revel. This guy's tall, lean, long, and he's a ball hawk, man. He's gonna be right there in the hip pocket of a wide receiver, and he's gonna add some depth to a secondary that is hurting right now. We
Yeah,
lost Jordan Lewis.
we did.
Trayvon Diggs is hurt. We don't know when he'll return.
Hmm.
And so you're looking at, okay, we need depth and we need quality. And this guy, the Cowboys had a second round grade on. And the fact that we were able to pick him up in the third, that's value. That's a damn steal that he was still there.
Yep.
And the only thing that I will say on this does ring true with the Cowboys, is he does have a bit of an injury history.
Mm.
So something to look into. But if he can stay healthy and he can continue to play like he's been playing,
Yeah.
you're looking at a guy that can contribute and give us some quality snaps and gives us some depth in that secondary, which obviously we need.
Yeah, and I think for me, it's that was the one part that kind of discouraged me a little bit after looking at some of his, that he is kind of injury prone per se. Not to just call him that right off the bat. Hopefully, he can stay healthy. Again, we do have some of the best doctors here in Dallas that work on all the Cowboys. So I'm pretty sure Jerry's going to have him in tip top shape when it comes to that, as far as his health and everything else goes. But yeah, man, we'll have to play it by ear because again, just like you said, our secondary has been really plagued with injury prone players. That we don't have the depth that we should have there and the quality of cornerbacks that we should have there.
Right.
Um, but very excited also to see what this kid is going to be able to do. He does look like you said, very tall, very long. Will be able to keep up with most receivers. A very dynamic player and a ball hog, which most of our cornerbacks have shown in the past that they are ball hogs. I mean, you saw Trayvon Diggs lead the league in interceptions one year. Right after that, Jordan Lewis. So, I mean,
Deron Bland led
Deron
the league in
Bland.
kick sixes.
Yeah, that too. So, I mean, we have the stability there and the depth, but sometimes that injury prone stuff, it be killing us, man, and we'd be real thin.
Yeah, I'm not gonna call him injury prone, but I will say he's coming off a major injury that if he can recover well from it, his most recent college season was the one that was cut short due to an injury. But if he can come back and he lands on his feet, then we're back in action, man. Like this is a guy he's gonna give you that diversity, and he's gonna give you that ability to make some plays in the secondary. So freak athlete, man. And I'm excited for that dude. So
Yeah,
we're getting value, we're getting quality.
yeah,
This this isn't a sexy draft.
it's not. And again, I want to also go back to the talking heads, as they mentioned before. The years that the Cowboys have what we call a boring draft that's not too flashy are typically the years that are followed with great seasons from the Cowboys. So, right as of right now, all the picks that we have are definitely needs that we have,
Mhm.
and I think that we're going to be doing okay next year. I honestly do.
We'll find out, bro. We'll see what the spring training has in session for us.
Hmm.
This summer camp, but so far so good. We don't have anything coming up in the fourth, at least
Nope.
not yet. But
I guess we'll
maybe
keep our
watching
eyes
some of
open to
those.
see what's up, what happens, see if we trade up to get a pick in the fourth. But I mean, we'll see.